I know the setup sucks for the people who have been watching it for the last 15-20 days, but let's move on. By the way, for the people who are new, this channel is for particularly for artists who can be helped a little bit in their mindset by the use of stoicism. Okay. So we are just philosophizing, thinking of ideas, thinking of mindset that can help you. I'm a photographer, graphic designer, teacher, and whoever you are, I just hope that it works for you. The topic is actually the same, protecting your flame. The text reads, protect your own good in all that you do. Now, when we are talking about protecting the flame, what are we basically talking about? That virtue that you hold inside you before you actually even use creativity. So protecting creativity is one thing, but the reason why you become creative is another. Okay. The virtue might be to change the world. The virtue might be to just enjoy it. The virtue might be to actually help someone, make someone smile, show some empathy. For example, the street photographers who shoot for the betterment of the society, the war photographers who report on war, they do the same thing, right? Now, those virtues hold you very still. And there is this movie that I was watching, and in that movie, there is a journalist, okay, a photojournalist, who has given her entire life into wars, okay, photographing them, showing people the real face of the world. And then eventually she finds an apprentice who is basically as good as her. She has the same flame as the photographer does. And in the end, this person is protecting the flame of creativity in her throughout her life, okay? So even if her friend is dying, she'll be protecting the flame. No matter what happens, she'll be protecting that flame of creativity inside her. And in the end, the last part of the movie is that new photographer is shooting something and people are just firing towards her. So she comes in the way, saves that photographer, and she dies. Now the thing could be that she was supposed to shoot, but instead she put somebody else's interest in front of her and then she had to go. But I think that is not true. My interpretation of the movie would be that this person was protecting a flame of journalism, of that crazy journalism, photojournalism that is required. And when she saw somebody else who could do it for 50 years, she chose her instead of herself. And she died in the process, protecting that flame. That flame, may it be anything, may it be any virtue, still is in you and me. And what we have to do is, there are people who will lose their frames, let it go. But we have to ignite the world with our flame, with our creativity, with our virtue. And we have to keep doing it. And that, when you do that, right, it will ignite the world on fire. I'll shoot in this video, if you had seen other videos, right? There was space where I was feeling like, okay, you know, this video cannot be made because I am very habitual to delivering the lecture in a classroom space. But that's the thing, right? You have to say, because if anything that I say motivates you, then my flame is igniting that part of your world. And the same can happen when you do it for other people, right? So some days the flame will be very less, and some days that flame will be a lot. But whatever it is our job to actually protect it and never let it go out of business. So if you're someone who's out of job, if your circumstances are not that good, if your boss is giving you a lot of changes, okay, and you feel like, you know, I just want to make it, I cannot do it anymore, talk to people, like find out some way, but we have to keep going. This, I don't know how helpful this session is, because I just told you, you have to find some way, because your way might be very different. And we'll look at those ways one by one when they come. But right now, the message would be, just protect it by all your means, because without it, the world would be a lesser place. No matter how less you're feeling, or no matter how useless you might be feeling, artists do that a lot. And without it, we are also, you know, less. So for ourselves and for art and for creativity, don't let the flame down. Thank you so much.